Be willing to be real, raw, and relevant at all times. Be willing to be called out. Be wanting and look for people to give you feedback in your life. Whether it's good or bad, be willing to get feedback. So, in your body, be willing to get feedback when you aren't getting results. Be willing to be called out on it. If you're not doing the work, don't expect results. With your being, your spirituality, don't expect just answers and spirituality to come to you if you're not doing the work. If you're not taking time to pray, to meditate, to go and worship, whether it's even worshiping within yourself and your inner being, or going to church and worshiping, because that's what I do every Sunday. Is I make sure that I go to church and I worship. That's what I believe. And with your balance, be willing to be called out by your spouse. Be willing to listen with your kids, with anyone. Be willing to listen. If they are calling you out, be willing to listen to the lesson. And in your business, if you are getting called out by your leaders, if you're being called out by those who you lead, anyone, be willing to listen. Be willing to course correct on the things that you need to adjust so that you can move forward. So, the lesson here, be real, be raw, be relevant, and be open to feedback and to listen to the lessons that are there. Okay? Okay, so I'm going to unmute people. Right now, what I want us to do is I want us to just start talking about whether it's with your body or whether it's with your business, your being, or your balance. Like, where are we struggling most in order for us to move forward from where you're at today? So unmute, like, this is free game. First one to speak up gets the hot seat tonight. Okay, so you might have yourself muted, but anyone is welcome to speak up. Who has a question or who wants some help with their body being in balance?
All right, Matt, I'll talk. This is Diane.
Okay.
So I've noticed mostly on my core 4, this is a huge trend of mine, that like body is easy. Like body's always hit. I can usually get a 7, but my being, balance, and business are always struggling, and it seems to be beginning of the week and then the end of the week. Like the middle of the week, I don't have as much distractions, so I'm seeing the trend is in the beginning of the week and the end of the week is where I lack.
Okay.
So that's my trend that I notice, and I'm going to just be aware of that. I love that we're tracking it so that we can be aware of it, and I can work harder on the beginning and the end of the week.
Yeah. So what is your question for me?
I guess I really don't have a question. I guess maybe I think just by looking at it, I'm thinking maybe to simplify my core 4 a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I think I try to complicate it and make it a little bit more harder than it should be.
Yeah.
And then I did have, I guess, yes, this is my question. So, positive focus. Also, I'm doing the work, the loving what is. And I'm reading it, and then
Hold on. Hey, if you guys have background noise, do you mind muting yourself? And if you have something, then just chime back in. Okay, Diane, you still there?
Yes.
Okay, what was it?
So I was thinking, with the application of doing I'm reading Loving What Is, and then I'm applying it in a journal daily with the Judge Your Neighbor worksheet. There's some days that I don't have an issue. Would it be good to maybe just go back in the past and do the work with a situation in my past?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, and then the same with a positive focus. I mean, there's some days that there really isn't something came up that, that was a negative focus for me. So is it, again, is it just something I can use in the past to just go and do that positive focus.
So even it can be good or bad, Diane. Like sometimes my positive focuses are good.
Oh, okay.
So
See, I had the notion that it needed to be something that kind of like annoyed me or ticked me off, and then turn it into a positive. So it can be even a positive outlook on the day.
yep.
In
Like,
general.
what are we looking for with positive focus?
Positive focus. Positive situation. The lesson that is
There you
learned,
go.
basically. Yeah.
So
Okay.
all we want from positive focus is lessons. Like that's what we're doing.
Okay.
We're trying to get lessons, extract lessons that help us move our life forward. So
Okay.
if it's good, great. If it's bad, that's where it's most beneficial because when we are stressed and we have a lot of anxiety, then those things hold us back from moving forward. Okay?
Okay.
So
Okay.
lessons will allow us to move forward. Okay?
Okay. That's great. That's a lot clearer for me, and I can do that. Great. Thank you.
So Diane, I also want to just point this out, like to make your core four simple. 'Cause
Yeah.
who else in the group struggled with core four this first week?
I did.
Okay.
I do.
I did.
Kelly.
We got a lot of people talking. Stephanie, what were you saying?
Oh, I just said I did big time. My mind was elsewhere, and I will be honest right now, I let every excuse in the book come up for me in everything. I did really good with breakfast and the first snack for the eating plan, but then everything else was like, went to hell in a handbasket.
Okay. So there's some things that we have to look at and adjust this week, right?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Okay, no problem. Like that's good. This is all about feedback. Sometimes the feedback comes from me where I'm like, Stephanie, like why aren't you doing the work? And then sometimes it's Stephanie saying, I already did it, like I got my feedback, like I know I need to course correct. So it's course correct. Feedback yourself, like seeing where you need to make those adjustments. So you just need to switch that up a little bit. Okay? So good. Okay, so the majority of people will struggle when they get core four. They will start to stress, panic. Okay. So if this is happening, Diane, is this benefiting you?
Yes.
Is stress and panic benefiting you with your core four?
No, I don't usually experience stress or panic with my core four.
Okay. So, but when you say you're simplifying, what are you saying? Like, when you were first talking, like, what is it that you were feeling?
I'm struggling with keeping it committed in the beginning and the end of the week. So it's just allotting that time to do it. I don't really normally stress out about it or panic about it. It's just, just wrangling other things within the day to do it. It's kind of weird. My core four goes like throughout the whole day, and what I'm thinking is I need to get it to like just done first thing in the morning.
Yes. Like, as I have done core four, as I have been doing it for 8 months now, like the most beneficial time for me to get this done is in the morning. So that means that I have to make sure that I'm planning out my mornings, that I'm planning out when am I going to do my core four, what does it look like. Like core four throughout the week, you need to be like a robot each day. Like I wake up, okay, like I know my headphones are in, I can do my study. Check. The study one is done. Get my breakfast, get my greens in, or whatever it is that we're doing for our nutrition. Check. Okay, cool. Now I can go up there. Now I can go do my study and read my being. Check. Meditate. Check. See, it just has to be so automatic that it's just racking up points as you go throughout the morning. So if you're wondering, like, crap, what time can I work out today? what am I going to do for my nutrition? And what am I going to study? Like, if you're thinking about what it is that you need to do on the day, like you're already behind. The best thing for you to do is take Sundays. Sundays, weekly plan.
I think that's exactly what it is. That's what's wrong with it. I don't have a timeline. I don't have it planned out. I'm just like, okay, I'll get this done when this is done. I'll read that when I have that time. So it's not really gaining that power that you're talking about in the morning, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm getting it done, but I'm not getting it done right away and then getting that power for the rest of the day. So that's definitely something I'm going to do tonight and plan it out pretty much hour for hour and wake up and stay committed to it.
Yep. So this is why I have those forms in there. This is why I made that post in the group last week. So every Sunday, if you go to the file section within our group, there down at the bottom it says weekly planning, weekly schedule, or key commitments. I can't remember exactly what I put. So if you go there, and can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So let's just go to it right now. If you go to this file section right here, and you scroll down, right here, weekly planning and daily positive focus. You should all be utilizing this section like crazy. So you'll go through these, and you'll just fill these out. Core 4 and Key 4, return and report. This is where you're going to be able to track what was your score this week on Core 4. And at the end of the 60 days, those who are like, the 60-day evolution, I don't feel different, I didn't get any results, I will be able to pull up your Core 4 and Key 4 return and reports. And I will be able to see if you have no Core 4 and Key 4 return and reports, it will be very easy to know why you did or didn't do the work. And it will be very easy for me to say, yeah, well, of course you didn't evolve. You didn't do anything. This is like me giving someone a workout plan or nutrition and saying, here you go, and you not do any of it. I will not do the work for you. I can't do the work for you. I can give you the tools and guide you through this. But if you aren't utilizing the tools, don't expect results. Okay? So the Core 4 and Key 4 return reports, these are so crucial to do every single week. Okay? Core 4 commitments and creations. So let's go back here. Core 4 are daily commitments. To move you to the 60-day outcomes. Cassie, what does that mean to you? Core 4, daily commitment moves you to your 60-day outcomes. What do you think that means?
I think it just means basically making that commitment to doing the things that you say you're going to do so that way you can get results. I mean, just like you were talking about, if you're not putting forth the effort and making that commitment every single day, you're not going to get those end results come the end of 60 days.
Yeah. So think about this. You have daily habits that you need to create to move you closer to the outcomes that you've set on your 60 days. So these are daily things. So you have to be able to see in your outcomes. This is why it's so important for them to be so clear. Because if they're so broad, it's very hard to get general of what it is I need to do today to move me closer to my outcomes. So you have your 60-day outcomes. So here's your 60-day outcome. Right here. Now you are right here. Okay, our job is to get you to 60 days. So we got to have daily commitments that you are using each day, which is your Core 4, to hit your outcomes. So think about this. If I want to change my body, I got to make sure that I focus on my nutrition daily. My workouts, I have to do those if I wanted the body that I want. Okay? With my being, well, I want to transform me. And Cassie, can you like change your inner being if you just do it sporadically?
No, you can't. It doesn't work that way.
Nope, you got to do daily study and meditation, right? Daily positive affirmations. Okay? So, then you go to relationships. Now, Cassie, with your relationships, if your spouse was just like, I love you every like other week, how fast would that relationship grow?
It wouldn't grow at all. I think it actually would kind of go backwards.
Yeah. Now, what happens when it's love, honor, and appreciate every single day? What happens to it?
You just continue to grow every single day, and then you just have, the most amazing relationship that that you can offer each other.
Absolutely. Okay, so it's crucial. Daily love, honor, and appreciation brings value to the relationship. And business, study. Study. Think about this. When we were all back in high school and whatnot, like we were given homework like on a daily basis, right? Why do you think they did that?
Basically, to continue like helping us learn about like what we learned in class and to build upon that, so that way, you build each week or you build each day, and that way you get like, your knowledge continues to grow.
Yep. So look at this. Study is like an A, step A, here's step B, here's step C. Like daily study allows you to go from point A all the way to point Z without trying to skip the steps. Because you're gaining more knowledge so you can start executing and applying it to your business to move it forward. Okay? So, does this make more sense with the way that your Core 4 should be designed?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. Alicia, unmute yourself. Alicia. Okay, maybe she's not there. Amberly, unmute yourself. What are you hearing from this?
What?
What are you getting from this conversation?
I need to do much better at my core 4. And I'm understanding it better now.
Yeah, it's making a little bit more sense.
Yes.
Okay. So, how is this Core 4 helping you so far in your life?
Me?
Yeah.
I haven't really done that good on it this week.
Okay.
So I have been getting up early and meditating. That's about it.
Okay, what have you noticed with meditation?
I'm more relaxed during the day. Like I'm not so stressed. I don't know if it's that, but and I'm calmer in the morning.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yep. Those are all things from meditation. So good. Thank you. Let's go to Ashley. Ashley, what are you hearing from this conversation?
That I definitely need to work on my core 4 more.
Okay.
I mean, I've only really tried the meditation, and along with the studying for business and everything else that goes along with it, I kind of put it off and like, oh, I'll do it later, and I never end up doing it. So I need to start doing it right when I think about it. Otherwise, it's not going to get done.
Yeah. So for everyone in this group, like, plan it out. Take like 90 minutes, and when we get off this call, the first thing that all of you should do is jump onto the form, fill out the core 4, key 4 forms. Like fill out 1, 2, and 3. Right here. 1, core 4 and key 4, return report. Number 2, core 4 commitments and creation. Number 3, key 4 commitments. All of those should be filled out. Okay? Take some time tonight. Get planned. See, this is why people lose the game, is because they run in this state. So people run their lives being acted upon. This is how society runs their life. They wait to be acted upon. So, Kirsten, what does this mean to you? Unmute yourself, and what does that mean when you hear that?
It means that we need to be an active participant in our lives and not just let the things around us affect us and control where we go.
Yes. So we need to start taking action. And the only way we can do that is if we have a plan. Could you imagine going into war without a plan? Could you imagine what that would be like if you didn't have a plan? Jeanette, what are you hearing from this?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I think this is me big time. I like from the moment I wake up every morning, I wake up to my daughters waking me up. Like I'm not getting up on my own.
Mm-hmm.
And right now it's just really hard because my baby's keeping me up all night long, like waking up every single hour. So I need to figure out, one, how to get her to sleep so that I can sleep so that I can start taking action and not just being acted upon. I feel like every day I am just being acted upon even by them, so I'm just reacting to everything they do, which without any guidance, like for them, a 2-year-old and a almost 1-year-old, like they're not gonna be doing right things, and so I'm stressed out and it makes them stressed out, and I don't know, I can just see how I need to take more action and step up not only for myself but for them.
Yeah, absolutely. So what are you committed to doing after today?
I need to get myself waking up on my own so that I can get Core 4 done before they get up, and I think it would give me a lot more power throughout my day to do that.
Absolutely. And you'll just start where you are. Like, if it's like so quick, just so that you can get like, you wake up like 10 minutes early and you're just like doing it quick, cool. If that's where you're at, there's no problem with it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So no need to stress. Like, start from where you are and build from there. Got it?
All right. Yeah. Thanks.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, so that's Core 4. Core 4 are daily commitments that we make to move us closer to our outcomes. Okay? Now, Key 4, a lot of people had a question on what Key 4 is. Key 4 are weekly commitments. Okay? Weekly commitments. So each week you want to fill out and you want to answer these questions. How? What? Why? When? Key 4 must be so detailed so that way you can answer directly and you can have a direct answer of the 4 things that you need to do to move your business or your life forward, whatever it is that you're focusing on. So if it's your body, then there's 4 key commitments that you need to make, whether it's if it's your business. For all of you It Works people, you need to pick 4 things that you need to do to move your business forward. Okay? Be very direct. How, what, why, and when. So I'll give you I'll give you an example of one of mine that I wrote out tonight. Read and adjust my paid ad. So what is it? I need to read and adjust my paid ad. Okay. I must get this done by Monday, so tomorrow, so I can start getting opt-ins. So I have an advertisement that I'm running right now, and I need to get people to start clicking and opting in more. So I need to make some adjustments right there because it's not happening. So this is my how. I'm going to read what Satema told me to read about in my copyright. Okay, so I answered the question, my what, my why, my how, and when. All of these have to be answered, and I pick 4 things. And so you have to know what outcome you want with your business, and you write those 4 things to keep you on track to hitting your goals. Okay? Stephanie, what do you hear me saying from this conversation?
That I need to figure out what I want with my It Works business, my body, how I'm going to move them forward, why I want them, and when all of this is going to happen.
Mm-hmm. So Stephanie, you're just going to pick your business, okay? For key 4.
Okay.
So don't do body and business because then it's too hectic. You guys, everything that we do has to be simple. We work from simple, success, swinging, singles. Okay? Stephanie, do you know what that means?
Yes.
Okay, what does that mean for you?
So that means that we're not trying to hit a home run right as we get up to the bat. We need to move from first base to second base to third base and then home.
You got it. Okay, move base to base. Just focus on hitting a single every single day. Okay? The biggest way to screw up your goals is to think that you need to be somewhere when you're not. To think, oh crap, I need to be here and here. Now it's okay if you have your goals out and you're adjusting, you're saying, okay, this is what I need to adjust to hit this target. But if you're just standing still and you're just stressing, crap, I'm so frustrated I'm not here, so frustrated and I'm not there, and I'm getting so mad. It doesn't benefit you. It doesn't do you any good because all you can think about is where you should be. When the reality is that you are where you are, right there. And you just need to hit a single. So what is it that you need to do to course correct to make sure that you hit your goals? And if it's like tomorrow is like the end of the 60-day and you're not going to hit your goal, well, then you need to course correct and you need to say, what is it that I need to adjust to move forward now? Okay, your key 4s are what adjustments, the 4 adjustments that you're making to make sure that you hit your 60-day outcomes, especially with your business. And again, Diane, what are the 4 things that we need to be able to answer?
How, what, why, and when.
You got it. So what does that mean?
I need to know how I'm going to do it, what I'm going to do, why I'm doing it, why it's going to move my business forward, and when am I going to get it done.
Okay. Awesome. Yep. So if you're picking things, like this is why it's so crucial, because if you can't answer that and you're like, well, I just need to go talk to people. I need to go talk to 5 people. Okay. Like if it's not clear and you're not clear about why you're doing it, it's very easy for you to put it off. Okay. So being clear and direct, especially when you know why you need to do it. I need to do this. I need to talk to 5 people because if I don't, then I'm not going to hit my monthly goal. I'm not going to hit that huge bonus that's on the line if I don't do that. Like you put that in perspective and you're thinking, okay, I better get to work. Okay, is this making sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. So we're clear on key 4, right?
Yes.
Okay, so here's what I want you to do is after you fill out those forms, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to a calendar. See, I have mine on my computer, so it makes it really easy. And you're just gonna start filling it out. Okay? So you can start filling it out, and it's very clear about what it is that I need to do. Everything's planned. Okay? And you start looking over here, like some weeks I'm filling in a lot of stuff. Sometimes with a week like I have this week, when it's like the end of the month, I keep a lot of open space because I know I'm going to create more conversations this week. My wife challenged me to talk to 5 people a day, to five new conversations a day. It's a 90-day challenge. So by the end, 90 times 5 is how much?
450.
450. So we're going to have 450 conversations by the time we're done with the 90-day challenge. She's doing it for her business, which is why she wanted me to do it too. Both are required. So it's going to push me. So because of that, I wanted to make sure that I had enough space to create conversations. Because one thing I know about me is that I don't do that. Like I'm really, honestly, you guys, like before all of this, before I started talking to my coach and mentor, I was a horrible planner. I was so disorganized, and I still struggle with it. Like I struggle with it so bad. So this allows me to see the clear picture, and the more I do this, you guys, my income alone has almost tripled just by getting organized, just by having a clear picture of what it is that I need to make. What is it that I need to do to move forward? It seems so small. It just seems so easy that would be something that would move your business forward. But I can promise you that if you get clear about what it is that you want and why you need to do it and when you're going to do it, it holds you accountable. Okay? So hold yourself accountable. Hold yourself to the fire. So weekly planning is huge. It's Sunday. You should all have this done before you go to bed tonight. Like, if it's sloppy this first time, that's okay. Just continue to do it. Every Sunday before you start the week, I would do weekly planning just so that you have a clear idea of what it is that you need to do this week. So you're not being acted upon, but you are taking action in your life. Okay? Kirsten, how is this going to apply to you?
Well, I struggled a lot this week in my being and my business areas, so I need to take action and to adjust my key 4 so that I'm able to do better in those areas next week.
Okay, awesome. So what are you committed to doing?
To finding, to writing 4 really good goals for key 4 that motivate me and keep me accountable each day for throughout the week for those 2 areas.
Okay, awesome. Love it. Let's see, who haven't we heard from? Let's go to Cassie. Cassie, what are you getting from this call tonight for you?
That I basically need to start planning out my week on Sundays and writing down my goals for key 4. I mean, this week I did pretty good with my business. I hadn't written down any of my goals, but I had things in my mind, and I kind of had hit those goals, but I think I know I need to write them down so that I can see them and put them on my fridge so I see them every single day, and also plan out my week with my core 4 so that way I can stick to it, because if I don't do that, I know I won't stick to it.
Yeah. You're like me. This is what I did. Yeah, I got it in my head. I got it written down. So, yeah, I know what I need to do. And, like, I would just kind of just check it off in my head. I'm like, okay, I did it. Okay, I did it. Okay. But then I would come up with something, and then all of a sudden someone would ask me if I did it. I'm like, no, I forgot. No, I didn't do it. Or I'd be called out, and my coach would be like, did you do what I told you? And I'd be like, I think so. And they're like, no, you didn't. Go do it again. And I'd have to go back and do it. Okay. So writing it down, Cassie, having a clear picture, like this is all about creating clarity in your life so that you can move forward. Okay. So Cassie, what are you committed to doing this week?
I'm committed to basically tonight before I go to bed to write out all my goals and write out all my things that I need to get done for my core 4, and then basically starting tomorrow morning, getting up. Basically, for me, I know it would work for me is getting up at 6 o'clock each morning and getting my core 4 done, because if I don't get it done, it's not going to get done throughout the day.
Yep. You gotta get it done. Okay. Awesome. Okay. You guys, so sometimes our calls are going to be about business. Sometimes they're going to be about the body. Sometimes they're going to be about being. Sometimes they're going to be about balance. But what I want you all to understand is that there's lessons to be learned in all of these areas. This is not just about transforming your bodies, because if you can make breakthroughs in the 4 areas of body, being, balance, and business, if you can make these breakthroughs, I can promise you that it will go back to your body. It will go back to your being. It will go back to your balance, and it will go back to your business. Like, just because we focus on one area, and you might think, oh, this doesn't apply to me, I would just have you consider that we are trying to create a life of having it all. And that there are things within our body and our being and our balance and our business that hold us back from having the life that we truly deserve to live. And I can easily teach you how to transform your body. Anyone can. Go run on a treadmill for an hour every single day and stop eating. Cool, you've lost weight. Okay? That's not what I'm trying to do here. What I'm trying to do is help you evolve your lives from where you are to taking you to where you want to be. And at times, you guys, again, it's going to get real raw and relevant at times. And if I call you out, or if the group calls you out, be willing to listen. Stop getting into your victim stance and listen. Be open and willing to learn so that you can move your life forward. Okay? So can we all within this group start making the commitment that we will be willing to be real, raw, and relevant, and that if I or someone in the group calls you out on your commitments, like if you said you were going to do something with someone within the group and you don't do it, and someone calls you out, will you be willing to listen? And will you be willing for some feedback and to be real, raw, and relevant? Can we all just make that commitment right now? Amberly, are you committed to that?
Yes.
Okay. Ashley, are you committed to this?
Yes.
Cassie, are you committed to this?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Diane?
Yes.
Janet?
Yes,
Janet, do I say your name right? Is it Jeanette or Janet?
it's Jeanette, but it's spelled funny, so sometimes I add an E to help people realize.
Okay, just slap me and say, Matt, that's not my name. So, Kirsten.
It's all right.
Did you say me?
Yep.
Yes.
Stephanie.
Yes.
Okay. And I think we have some people on the phone. Is anyone on the phone?
I'm here, Matt.
Okay. Kelly, what about you?
I'm
Yes,
committed.
Matt. In fact, I even just posted that I am committed to doing it, and I tagged you. So I'm here. I'm ready.
Awesome. I love it. Thank you, ladies. Okay. I just want you all to know that, like, this is not for the faint of heart. Like, I'm not here to pump you up to make you feel all good and happy. Now we can do that. If you have breakthroughs, we'll celebrate. But the best way for me to get real, raw, and relevant and get you results is to look at the darkness. Remember, this is what we talked about on Saturday. Be willing to go into the darkness because those are the things that are holding you back. And so if you're like, Matt is so mean. No, I'm just willing to walk in the darkness and I'm willing to see what it is. Because I know that's how we get results. That's how we move our lives forward. And I love all of you way too much to let you sit in your victim stances, to let you sit and stay where you are. Because I know that you all deserve a better life. I know that you all deserve more. So if I am not doing my job, if I am not providing for all of you, then be willing to call me out so I can improve. I love feedback from my clients. I don't look at it as, oh, they're such jerks. No, I enjoy the feedback because it allows me to see what I can change. What is it that I can do to do better to serve my clients? So if any of you have questions about tonight's call, if any of you have things that you need help with and make breakthroughs, and use the group. Hold yourself accountable to the group for your good things and your bad things. Be willing to be there, and this group is only as powerful as you want it to be. So if you want it to be powerful, post and use the forum. Okay? And I have recorded this, so this will be available within 24 hours so that you can all go back and watch if you have any questions about weekly planning. Okay? So is there any questions before I end this?
Matt, I have a
Matt,
question
I have
real quick.
Okay, we'll go Cassie and then Kelly.
One of my questions is that I guess I struggle a lot with is with cravings, like with sweets and stuff. What is, I guess, like what is something that can help me out with those like cravings and not overindulging with like sweets or with like the junk food or anything like that.
Are you skipping any meals?
This week I have been because I made the excuse that I just didn't have the time.
Yeah. Are you eating all your meals, like when you have them? Are you eating all the food?
No, this week I haven't been doing what I've been said I was gonna do.
Okay, cool. So here is, you guys, this is why my meals are set up the way that they are, is to control blood sugars, to control them from dropping. So if you make adjustments and you're starting to get cravings, you have low energy, you feel like headaches and you can't focus, all of these things are signs of low blood sugars. And so what happens is if you have a high carb, you'll spike your insulins and then they'll drop drastically. This spike of insulins, when you do that to yourself and that drop comes, is basically your body is trying to level it out, but because you had such a high spike, it overproduced to try to lower that. And then it gives you actually too much and it drops it drastically. So this is why a lot of people have problems with their thyroids. This is why people have a lot of problems with energy and things, because their blood sugars are just bouncing up and down. So the food combination, when you have a protein, carb, and fat, it allows your blood sugars to be more level. So those cravings do go away. Okay. So Cassie, if this is still happening to you, then especially if you're eating your menu and you're like, no, I'm eating everything perfect, like then we'll make the adjustments. Okay.
Okay, great. Thank you, Matt.
Yep, no problem. Okay, Kelly, what's your question?
When we do the positive focus, do you have to relate it to every area?
Yeah, so you want to be able to apply a lesson to every body, being, balance, and business. Like you just want to be able to, and it doesn't have to be complex. Like sometimes it's just a sentence. And sometimes the sentence is the same thing for all body, being, balance, and business. Okay?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Kelly, what are you struggling with it?
Sometimes I can relate it to one or two things, but I can't always relate it to other aspects of it.
Okay. So what I want
I
you
only
to do,
filled one out this week, but I have a couple in my head I wanted to write out.
yeah, absolutely. So what I want you to do is like I want you to go back through it, and I want you to I want you to make sure that you're getting clear with your lesson, because sometimes the lesson isn't being clear. And just take practice, keep practicing, and the more you can practice, and the more we can make adjustments from there. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Awesome. Does anyone else have any questions? Okay, awesome. Again, like I'll have this recording and I'll post the link when I have it posted. So thank you everyone for showing up. Plan on 8 o'clock on Sundays. Half hour to an hour is all we're going to take. They're going to be really quick. I'm going to also have a hot seat sheet. That's hard to say. I'm going to have a form for you to fill out if you need help. So if you're like, Matt, I need help like ASAP, I'm going to send you this hot seat, and then you'll fill it out. And if you still need help after filling it out, then we'll have a conversation either on here or one-on-one. Okay?